Hello enjoyers of slop, today I'm making slop content. I mean, it's a pretty easy to understand concept. I'm ranking the characters and the guns in the game I made a video about based off of how much I personally like them. I'm just going to do the weapons first for no particular reason. It's important to note that I'm basing them off of their non-care pack form in all cases, except for the Kraber and the Bokek for obvious reasons, or reasons that should be obvious. I mean, I'm basically ranking it based off of, like, how likely I'm going to pick them up or drop them or whatever. If I find them in the field or if I find, like, a replacement or whatever. I mean, you guys know how opinions work. Oh yeah, for the two pistols that recently got the ability to dual wield them, I'm just gonna basically assume that they're the dual wield versions at all times, because otherwise they'd just be D tier and that'd be really boring. I don't really have a lot to say about a lot of these. The Devotion's fun sometimes. The Devotion is either the most or least fun weapon in the game, and most of the time that's not a gamble I'm willing to take. P2020, it shoots fast. It feels better than some of the SMGs, but I'm still not, like, a fan. I do like the RE45 a decent amount. Volt, probably top of C tier. I'm not an SMG fan, really. Longbow's like S tier. Spitfire's very strong contender. Mastiff's nice. I really like the Mastiff. EVA 8 used to be up here, but with the introduction of the dual wield Mozams, I'm finding it harder to care about. Also, just like improving. There was like a season where or two where the EVA was in the care pack, so I barely got to use it, and that forced me to use the Mastiff and the Peacekeeper way more, and in that time I kind of just learned to use those weapons more effectively than I ever used the EVA. So for me, the EVA's like definitely the worst shotgun. I really don't like using the alternator. Same with the Rampage. The Rampage just never feels good to me, even when it's ramped up. Oh, just fucking waste fucking thermite slots on, just waste inventory slots on carrying thermites around at all times, and then just fucking ramp it up before combat, smile. Even if you didn't have to go through the trouble of having, even if you didn't have to invest into the ramp up, I still don't think I'd like the Rampage very much, I'm gonna be honest. It just does not feel good to me. I don't really know why. Havoc is in the same boat as the Devotion, which makes sense based off its design and lore and whatnot, where it's either I'm really liking it or I'm really not liking it, but I'm more likely to use the Havoc. The Repeater is easily the best marksman, and it's not even close. The Charge Rifle I will never use if other snipers are available, but it is still a sniper, so I'm probably gonna put it like here by virtue of just being my favorite weapon class, or second favorite, I'm not really sure. Sentinel, it's nice. I don't know if I'd take the 3030 or Sentinel. I think the 3030 is the better option, but by virtue of who I am and how I play, I think the Sentinel I would pick up more often. The Scout early on I used to love. I thought it felt amazing. I still think it feels great to use. The problem is that it does no fucking damage and you can't get kills with it, and you will just always be outdamaged at every single range, even if you hit all your shots. It's just so unwieldy to use. I wish I liked this more. Peacekeeper's great. Yeah, I'm happy with that placement. Hemlock, I like burst rifles more than most other. I wouldn't say it's like something I'm ever looking to use, but I'm happy if I find a Hemlock over anything else. Nemesis, I would just rather have a Nemesis than a Hemlock. I mean, it just feels better to me. No real reason other than that. Kraber's fun, but I don't know, it feels hard to judge the Kraber and Bokek because they're so rare to get, and when you do get them, it's kind of like, at least for me, it feels like it's just never an opportune time to take them. But I do like using them for fun every once in a while, so I'll put them like here. If Bokek was outside of Care Pack like it used to be, it'd probably be like right next to the 3030. I'm not sure if above or below, but I'll put it like top of B for now. Triple Take I will use and not complain about, but not much more than that. If I'm looking for sniper or marksman, I will use the triple take, but I'd still... maybe I'll take it over the charge rifle, but alright, I did some rearranging. That's probably a bit more accurate. Prowler, favorite gun in the game, it's not even close. Wingman, I used to love it, and then I kind of just... it fell off for me. But not because I don't have fun with it. It feels like I just can't hit shots with it anymore when I used to be able to, and I don't even know if that's true. I want to be able to use it because it is a genuinely really fun weapon. I'd probably put it like bottom of A tier. Flatline's so boring. R301 I prefer slightly more for... I honestly couldn't tell you why, but it just gives me slightly more dopamine to use the R301 over the Flatline. Car... fucking whatever, who cares kind of weapon for me. R99, I recognize why people like it, not for me. L-Star, I like a decent amount. I'd say it's, as far as fully automatic weapons go, it's probably my favorite. Oh wait, never mind, the Spitfire exists. Well, I prefer the Spitfire, but the L-Star's up there as well. Like, probably here. I feel like it gets a really bad rap for whatever reason, but I do really enjoy using the L-Star. I don't really think there's much else to explain here. I could probably like bump this up into its own tier. Yeah, I think that feels a little bit better. You kind of get like a better idea of my preferred option for whatever ranges are relevant in each, and then like my second options, and then, you know, it takes into account the actual playstyles I have and where I usually like to fight from. But yeah, fuck. This is all just how I feel about things and nothing objective, so I don't feel like I should drag this out too long. Immediately, we're just gonna put a lot of these into the not unlocked tier. This game has so many goddamn characters in it, and it takes so long to unlock them. Honestly, I should have put more emphasis on that second part. It takes so long to unlock new characters in this fucking game. I really should have brought that up in that main video, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal to me because, you know, I have characters I enjoy playing already. So, I already explained this and this in the video. I just really like shotguns. I like sniping. I think the not super powerful but still kind of in-depth movement options that Echo provides is fun. I think having just a sniper on you at all times is great, something that you could just kind of whip out to tag people with. It also feels good because it's a sniper that's easier to hit than other things. And I just really, really, really enjoy Maggie's Q. Her ult is a lot of fun to play around. And like, it's always just nice being able to move a little bit faster, you know? It just feels good, you know? Now, it's funny. Ashe recently got changed, her passive got changed, but I liked playing her before. I mean, I don't doubt that I'm gonna like the new Ashe as well. I haven't really played Apex much, like, just to play the game in a while, I'm gonna be honest. It's mostly just been specifically to get footage, so I haven't just played for fun in a while. But Ashe is someone I like more, as well as Fuse. There's kind of a trend here with the aggressive characters. Her snare is really nice for me because I suck at the video game and am terrible at like tracking where people are or whatever. So I really like using her snare. Her ult is great for just quick repositions. Get yourself out of sticky situation real nice as well. Fuse's Q is just Fuse's Q, you know? I don't care about his passive. His ult kind of blows. But his Q on his own is probably the most fun ability in the game to me. Just being able to fucking throw out area denial / damage is a lot of fun. I really like area denial in this game. I probably should have mentioned that with Mad Maggie's Q as well. Area denial that doesn't require you to camp and more just like influence which direction your enemies are going to be coming from. Cut off a path or a doorway or whatever. Kind of like herding sheep or whatever. That kind of area control, not the fucking sit in one spot on the map for 3 billion hours kind of thing. Ballistic, I tried. I think his abilities work fine. There's no dopamine with him. When I play him, I get no dopamine. Bangalore, fucking who cares? That's how I feel whenever I think about Bangalore. Wraith is the bottom. Wraith's just gonna be at the bottom. I feel like a bitch for using her Q. Her ult is just not fun for me. I just rather be playing Ashe. Her passive is nothing as well. I mean, I guess it helps with fucking situational awareness or whatever, but like, I play recon characters. Just having random voice lines that tell you that people are aiming at you is just so nothing to me. I don't know, it feels handholdy, I guess. And her Q makes me feel like a bitch, and I feel like that's the biggest thing here. I guess that also applies to Bangalore's Q, but her ult is a bit more fun, and her passive, well, is very similar to Wraith's, but I don't know, it still doesn't feel great. It still feels lame to me. Hound is fine. It's like bottom of B, top of C. I don't think I'd ever complain about playing Hound, but he's just nothing to me. Crypto's enjoyable. I do like the recon characters quite a bit. I wasn't expecting him to like him much, but there's like an event where you could unlock him by playing him, so I played him a bit, and no, I really like the dynamic of just trying to like being able to scan without putting yourself in positions of danger. I mean, it makes sense if you think about it, because that's why a part of why I like Vantage so much is just being able to observe where everyone is without putting yourself in danger, or without leaving your team behind, or you get it. It's recon. I like recon. I've also found some enjoyment in trying to like hide his drone in places that people don't look. And you know, when people don't shoot his drone down, he is so much fun because it's really good for him. But of course, that doesn't really happen that often. And if people aren't shooting down crypto drones, they're probably way worse than you anyways. I like the dynamic that Gibbs' bubble provides. His ult's whatever. I don't remember if he has a pass. No, yeah, he has the gun shield, yeah. I don't know. I feel like whenever I play Gib, it feels to me like Gib has a higher aggro stat. Like, I go down faster despite the fact that he has more health. Like, people will always target the Gib first, it feels like to me. I don't know if that's true at all, but that's how it feels whenever I play Gib. And by that metric, I just don't like playing him. But I do, in theory, or not even in theory, I do enjoy his abilities when I'm not getting lasered. Lifeline's fun. I haven't played with New Lifeline, with her hover or whatever, so maybe I don't feel as strongly about her anymore. The glide seems like something I wouldn't enjoy. Her heal drone is the same as it ever was. I mean, it's alright, and her care pack is gone as well, so I don't know. To be honest, I'm probably gonna put her at like top of C. Loba, her Q's really nice. Her ult's okay. I'll be honest, her kit isn't the issue. I just hate everything else about her design, and I'm just gonna leave it at that and put her like here. Octane's alright. A little bit basic and boring, but that's fun sometimes. Just being able to run around faster, having his ult pop every fucking minute. The passive heal is nice as well. But the more I play, the less I kind of feel the desire to play Octane. Pathfinder, I said it in the video, but high skill ceiling stuff is just not for me. I'd still rather play him than Lifeline probably at this point, Octane, not Lifeline. Just because there is like a part you engage with and you don't just press a button and have your abilities activate. Rampart, I do use LMGs quite often, so her passive's nice. I'm not a camper, I think I've made that pretty clear. The way her walls work as just a denying people's entry points or whatever, kind of just like a worse version of, one of these two abilities. More permanent, like block off a door or whatever. I think that has a nice dynamic to it, and I really do enjoy using her ult. Because a big fucking gun that annihilates people if they let you. So I think that's probably fine. Revenant, this is actually not unlocked for me, I just remembered that. Seer's up there. My main issue with playing Seer, he's probably my third favorite, let's be real. The biggest thing for me is that he feels underpowered in almost every circumstance. I love his abilities in concept, but they're only really useful if you're playing around dense building areas where there's tons of walls and stuff. Otherwise, it kind of just feels like using your eyes gets as much information as his abilities do. Valkyrie is boring. Her Q's more interesting than Octane's, I guess, but I'm gonna be honest, she's down here for me. Watson is a character that for a long time I thought was lame as fuck until I actually played her. Once I realized how fast you could put her pylons up and like take them down and stuff, it kind of like clicked for me. This is like, these are, the fact that you could use her abilities mid-combat adds a lot. It's like area denial, like I said with this and this or whatever. It's really fun. It's actually a lot of fun to be able to just pop that out mid-combat, kind of influence where your enemies are going to be coming from. She is a controller that actually allows you to play more aggressively, which is fun. So let me just review. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I guess I could go over what I think I'll enjoy over the ones I haven't unlocked yet. Revenant's movement is easy, but fine enough that I think I'd get some use out of him. His crouching and wall climbing's nice as well. Alter, I think Alter has some strategy to her that I'd enjoy. Catalyst, I wish she was better. Because as it stands, she feels so nothing. Like her Q is, like, you take 15 damage for walking through her Q. It's so little. Her door reinforcements is just for camping explicitly. And the way her ult comes out, I wish it came out from like a 90-degree angle. So like it travels towards the edges of your vision instead of like along your line of sight when you activated it. But as it stands, it seems like getting in position for using her ult would be annoying. Caustic, fuck Caustic, that's all I'm gonna say. Newcastle seems so incredibly nothing. I think Mirage has some potential to be fun, but I just don't know if I want to... I don't think I'm the type of person to be able to invest the time into getting enjoyment out of him, if that makes sense, because he's kind of like a high skill ceiling character like Pathfinder. I'd probably enjoy Conduit, just because I like support classes generally. Her ult's area control, and her Q is heal that I could pop on people, so. In their current states, I'd probably enjoy her more than Lifeline. Horizon, probably on par with Revenant. I'm not a movement player, I've already said that, so her passive is nothing to me. Her Q adds some stuff that's fun, but in terms of movement options, I mean, I have vertical movement here and here potentially, here, like, we're there's a lot of characters in this game that have vertical movement options as well as the rest of their kit. Her passive is nothing to me, her ult is so bad, so I just don't see getting much use out of her. Do I really have anything else to say? Probably not. I have plans for this second channel, and this is part of it, but I'm not gonna bother saying what the full thing is here, other than just I'm gonna try to use it more, but more details will come in another second channel video that should go up, I don't know, within a month. I would say a couple weeks, but I mean, I'm realizing how little free time I have in my life, so yeah, that's the end of the video.